Alright, well, here it is. I believe a 95 Firebird Formula. This is going to be the donor for my 02 Firebird, which was the last year they made the Firebird. So it's got the the round flipped up headlights and stuff like that. This one here is kind of shot interior wise. Just not in the best shape. Open the door here. You can just tell it's kind of shot. It's been sitting here a while. A good amount of rat fecal matter, mouse fecal matter. Yeah, it's just been torn up. Dashes, you know, the CD player obviously right there has been torn out. All this, you know, seemed like some kid had it, honestly. But what it does have is the T56 6-speed transmission, which is the whole reason why I bought the car. Because my 02 was a 6-cylinder automatic car, but trick with that was I got it super cheap, and it was a Florida Georgia car, somewhere around there, so zero rust. I live in Ohio, so that's a big deal up here. I hate doing body work, put it that way. But I was going to LS swap it, but this thing actually runs fairly decently for as poorly upkept as it's been taken care of. Like you can see there, no AC. It's just been not taken care of very well, but it does run. I bought this about 45 minutes away from my house. I drove it back. This thing was literally hanging off. Literally massive vacuum leak past the MAF right in front of the throttle body, so, and it made it back here fine. When I got back, it's all shredded up and stuff. I took care of that, but for the most part, but yeah, you can tell, you know, getting in there, take everything. They painted the headers green, but it does look like it's got some, he said, I think 30 pound an hour, whatever the hell it is, injectors in it. But what I'm trying to get at here is I'm going to keep this motor. It's fine. This is what these come with. Easy swap. This is the 95, like I said, which has the MAF, so a lot more tunability in these. So I think I just decided I'm going to keep that instead of getting in and trying to piece together an LS swap, or because LS swap the world is kind of expensive, unfortunately. So I already have this engine. I'm going to go through it. It's the LT reverse cooling OptiScript engine. No big deal. These are actually really good engines. If you're ever looking to take performance, the dude with the manual, you know, stick shift world record in the quarter mile runs a 94 Camaro with this motor in it. D-stroke, twin turbo, nitrous, whatever. But it has the LT motor in it from a 94 Camaro. So great motors. You know, you hear all the OptiSpark, you know, down in this motor, but it's if you get the vented, which this does have the vented because it is a 95, no big deal. So we're gonna put this motor, this transmission, T56, into my 02, and we're gonna hot rod it. We're gonna blow this motor apart. We are going to I think we're gonna put all forged stuff in this, and I think we're gonna keep these heads. I'm gonna do some port work on it, this intake manifold, do some port work on it, and this is gonna be the journey. So that's where we're headed. Here it is again. I'm gonna superimpose some pictures in here because she's been sitting for at least a year, but it was pretty clean. I had different wheels. I took these wheels, these came on my O2. I got Corvette wheels for that, but it actually had decent wheels that I might run on my O2. Took those off, put those piles on there. Yeah, there it is. Has the world's worst homemade exhaust on it, I'll tell you that much. Rattling all the way down here, banging off the chassis. Well, side mark here. Hoonigan, Ken Block, just passed away a few days ago. That sucks. Snowmobiling accident. Rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, so we're gonna blow this apart, and we're going to. This is the donor cart for the powertrain, essentially. Throw this in my O2. I'll get some pictures of the O2 in here, show you what happened to that, show what the progress of that. So I'm gonna throw this battery in here. I'm gonna see if I can get this thing started after a year. Try and get it in the shop over here, and go from there. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. She's running after a year. Check the oil, the new battery in. Got the power probe hooked up. Had a blown fuse. And then I had to give her a couple wraps with the make it starter. You know, this was a hand crank model, and she fired right up, man. Got her out of security mode. She's running. Nah, she's running great. She might be missing on the cylinder, but you know, she's been sitting for a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Give her a little throttle. Woo, boy, that's some horsepower. Whew. There you go. Looks like she had 127,000 on her. She's actually charging. I don't know if that's right, but she got oil pressure. Oil pressures. Bouncing a little bit, who knows, somebody got a little bit. It's actually charging. I checked it with the power probe, but yeah, you can just see this thing was beat up, you know. It's just not in the greatest of shape, but you know, this is why we bought her. The shift knob, no. The 6-speed manual transmission. Got some oil yeah, the oil dipstick was loose. Who knows, probably rotted off down there. But had a whole bag of stuff. He was trying to figure it out, what was going on with it, whatever. Don't worry about it, brother. I told him I was gonna make it a project, but she's just the organ donor. Yeah, she's still running, still kicking. See if I can get her back here through here. Squeeze her through here. Get her in the red barn over there. There's a customer's car. This is the Field of Dreams back here. Field of Dreams, that's my 86 Buick Regal. This is all family's cars, whatnot. Alright, see if we can get her in there. There she is, y'all. Got her out of the hole she's been in for a year. Got her in the shop next to the old Roadrunner. Start dipping in this bad boy. The hood shocks still work. Woo. Good old General Motors, baby. Show you all the passenger side too. I mean, the exterior isn't bad. Only got one light. There she is. We'll start ripping into her soon, hopefully. Actually looks like those rings seated pretty good or something. I don't know if these rings aren't seated or, I mean, it is cold out. Probably freezing out, but yeah. We're gonna bore 30 over anyway, so they'll be alright. She running. Alright. Catch y'all on the flippity flop.